Hi Virgo, welcome to your August 2015 Runescope with me. My name is Amanda. I just want to remind you all to check out the video for your rising sign as well if you know it. That can give you some additional information of other issues and areas that may be lit up for you in August. Of course, the only way to get a reading only for you is to schedule a Skype consultation with me. My appointments are all 30-minute sessions and it's $65. If you want to set that up, just drop me a line at the email address in this video or below this video. It's runescopes4u@gmail.com. That's the number 4 and the letter U. But let's jump in here, Virgo, and see what August has in store. And I also wanted to mention I will be offering another online rune class. This session starts August 24th and it will run through October 2nd. The deadline to sign up is August 20th. And if you want to sign up for that, just drop me a line at the same email address, the Gmail address, and we'll get you added to the roster. It's $185 for the 6-week course. Could be a great way to be introduced to systems of divination. The runes, there are fewer than some of the larger systems like tarot. There are 78 cards, plus the reverse meanings that you have to learn for the tarot. But with the runes, there are only 25, and not all of them even are read inverted. So can be a great introduction, a way to kind of get your feet wet, so to speak. It can also be great just to have a tool to consult whenever you need some, guidance, or you're trying to make a decision. You can just pull a rune out and get some instant advice. So if that's something you're interested in, be sure to contact me and we will get you added to the class. Let's see, Virgo, what we've got coming up for you in August. Just going to take a mental snapshot here, see what images and impressions I'm getting from the layout here. Well, August may be a month for many of you where things are not as they seem. There seems to be some illusion around, or something kind of being seen through a veil or in a blur. They're showing me like that setting in Photoshop where you put the blur where everything is just, you can just make out the outline, but you can't reach it, or you go to reach for something and it's gone. Yeah, like a mirage. Mirage is the word they're giving me. And I feel like it's going to be different areas for all of you. Obviously, again, this is an enormously general reading before a large amount of people. So how that's going to play out for you, it'll be in different areas of life. But I feel like what's really going on for August, and what I think you'll find out by the end of August, is something that at first seems like it was a defeat or a disappointment turns out to be a victory for you. Because we have Tear, and it is one of the most powerful runes. It's all about setting a goal and achieving it come hell or high water. So either something that did not work out or come to pass, or that you view as a negative thing, it was actually a positive thing, Virgo, and it got you out of something, or it set you on a course that is, that has a very strong trajectory, that is where you're supposed to be. So, but that is the good news, Virgo. You're where you're supposed to be in the month of August, most of you, and it may be due to this disappointment. When we suffer loss, we reevaluate things, we change our direction. Sometimes those things force us through a period of change. If we were happy all the time and everything was hunky-dory, we would never do any of that crap. We would sit around and eat bonbons and watch Netflix. And, or maybe that's just my dream. Maybe that's just my dream of a perfect world. Just kind of hang out, do whatever, no challenges, no issues, no losses. But yeah, we would have no goal. We would have no motivation to get out there and go after something. So you're motivated in August. And again, remember, things are not as they appear. Now, for some of you, this may have to do with a real estate issue or just an estate, a will. Maybe there's been some confusion going on around that. Who gets what? Maybe there's been some confusion with closing on some property or a new home that you're wanting to purchase. So yeah, there may be some issues going on around that. And I feel like they started, you've got the 7 of Cups here, but I feel like that's also indicative of July. So maybe this started in July. Maybe you found this home in July and you moved in and then you found out there's crap wrong with this place. There's a bunch of stuff wrong with this place, or, it has a big problem that was hidden that you didn't know about. And you found out about it, and now you're trying to kind of get your bearings, figure out what your options are. But I feel like, yeah, maybe it's not as bad as it seemed, or it's going to set you off on a new course in some way. What they're showing me is somebody who learns how to fix something and then kind of, maybe you take off and you start, okay, well, if I know how to fix this, I'm going to start my own business, flipping houses. I've learned how to do this really difficult thing to fix on my own place on the cheap, not having to pay someone to come in and do this. So I'm going to start, there's nothing I can't tackle with this. Or some of you, it may be like after you get that fixed, it's like, oh, that's so much better. Or maybe the problem doesn't turn out to be as bad as you're thinking. So I would get second opinions on anything going on with house or home or property, Virgo, in August, because it seems like again, there's some kind of illusion around, not much happening on the surface. It's all below the surface and it's all hidden from view. And somebody may be trying to take advantage of the situation. Unfortunately, there are always those predator types around, looking to capitalize on someone in a vulnerable position. And when there's something wrong with your house, that certainly can be an issue. Some of you I'm seeing buildings. Some of you may be having a home built, and there are problems or things hidden from you regarding that. And maybe you can't decide, because the 7 of Cups can also be a card of indecision, maybe too many options, feeling overwhelmed by options. This may also be your dream home, because the 7 of Cups talks about dreams. So yeah, this may be your dream home. This is your dream of, there's something about it that is just, it doesn't matter what's wrong with it, I want it. And that could be another thing. It's like, okay, yeah, you find out there are all these things wrong with this place, but there's just something about it, it's right for you. And just know that if you're doing that, there may be more wrong with it than you know about it. I mean, as you kind of get in there and start trying to live in the place, there may be some more secrets that the house has to tell you. I'm sorry, my natural light, the sun went behind a huge cloud, so I hope you can still see me. I'm gonna have to turn on a light before I record the next few readings, but yeah, so it's really not important that you see me anyway. It's just that you hear me. The messages are coming through audio, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it. But help that's gonna be available to you is that, I see a lot of support coming to you, or people in your circle who may either have good advice or have connections that can help you out with any issues that come up, okay? Because with the 8 of Rods and Manas and also Gifu, now for some of you, it may be a situation where you or your partner learns how to fix this, or just kind of figures out how to fix these problems. Now for some of you, this may just be, you may have just been family conflict or issues going on with family. Could have been over a will or an estate. Maybe it's caused some infighting or caused some people to not be getting along or hiding things, secrets. I feel like anything that's been hidden in that vein or along that line, if that's how these energies are playing out for you, will be revealed. And you'll be able to, and it maybe through, someone else saying, okay, this is wrong. I have this proof, or I have this message or this email. And they send it to you, and you have a basis for, getting what you deserve, or getting what is owed to you, or something of that nature. So yeah, I think the difficulty or the challenge of August for you, Virgo, is going to be slicing through illusion, or peeling back the layers and finding out what's really there. Because again, I think if you just look at it through the surface, it's going to be that blurry, I think I know what's going on. But if you start really kind of digging, and you're good at that. So getting down to the details and getting down to the nitty gritty. So yeah, I think if you start doing that and just trust your nature, don't trust what people are presenting or what a situation is offering up as the truth, because I feel like there's more you need to know under the surface. Now, I think some of you may be getting into a new partnership. I mean, this may be, and you may be kind of in fantasy land in August. So, I mean, maybe this is a newer relationship, or this is just somebody that's like, your dream guy or gal. And it may be relatively new, because 8 of Rods can also mean the arrows of love, and Gifu is the partnership rune. It's the marriage rune. So yeah, I mean, this can be, maybe you're having a lot of text messages, a lot of flirting, going back and forth over the internet or digitally, and so and your mind is totally creating these scenarios like, we're going to get our dream home, I'm going to build my life with this person, we're going to get married, and maybe you just met a couple of weeks ago. Women are notorious for doing this. As soon as we meet a guy, it's like, oh my gosh, I see us at the altar, and we're, So that immediately creates this expectation that may not be where things end up. I mean, it's like, repeatedly setting yourself up for disappointment. So August, yes, there can be a new relationship that forms, or maybe you're moving into it. Maybe it started in July. But yeah, again, I mean, you still need to get to know this person. You're only seeing the surface, and you're creating the rest of it. You're idealizing maybe who someone is. So be careful with that, Virgo, because it is kind of like placing unrealistic expectations on someone. And of course, they're not going to live up to that. We can thank Disney for this, and pretty much every fairy tale from back through the beginning of, well, actually, it's really the Disney-fied versions, because the original fairy tales, not that happy of an ending in all of them. But yeah, we have Disney to thank for this prince's fantasy that it's just unrealistic. So I'm not saying you haven't found your prince or princess, who, whether you're male or female, but I would watch the fantasy. Just make sure that you're living in reality and taking it one day at a time. Yes, this may be a person that you can live with, but I feel like there's still a lot of unknowns that could change that for you. That could change your opinion, or vice versa, So yeah, just take it day by day in August. There's no need to be in a rush. But I feel like what can't be changed for August is that this newness coming in, and maybe for a lot of you it is this new relationship or this new information, is helping you put a disruptive situation behind you, because the Tower card is in what can't be changed. So this can talk about, it's kind of similar to this rune in reverse, Pedro. Shocking information coming out, information that shakes the foundation. Again, when we're talking about home, so maybe there's foundation issues, flooding, something going on with your house that has just really disrupted your life. You're going to be able to finally put that behind you in August. It may come at a financial loss. I feel like some of you, I'm sorry to tell you, I know you're earth signs and you're always concerned about that, but maybe now you can prepare. If you're watching this on the July side, save a little bit of money for August. Because if this actually comes out to be this, mundane sense of a home, or disruptions around the actual home, the building itself, again, it turns into a positive because this rune is coming up next to it. So maybe instead of fixing it, you're just like, okay, no, you know what? We were thinking about moving, so we're just going to move the heck out of here. Maybe this, for some of you, this pushes you into making a decision. Or if, you know, things keep coming up with this house that's being built and you're just like, you know what? Stop it. We're not even we're getting out of this. We're done. You've taken too long. You've lied to us. You've tried to deceive us. We're out of here. We need our home now. And so we're going to find somewhere else to live. And yes, some of you, this may be the motivating factor to start looking for a new home. You know, it's like, well, you know, there's so many problems with this place. Maybe this is the home you're living in now and you've been thinking about moving, but then this is just kind of the final straw. And you're like, you know what? It's a sign to get out of there. It's a sign for you to move to your dream home and find this place. But for those of you who are staying, I mean, you know, I feel like you'll pay whatever's necessary and take care of it. But, you know, maybe it's not going to cost as much as you are thinking and you still have some money to travel. Maybe you were thinking of buying a new car. And you feel like if you get this fixed on the house, you're not going to be able to do that. Or maybe you just bought a new car, but it's all right. It's all going to work out. Because again, whatever you think is a failure or a loss turns out to be a positive. I feel like for a lot of you though, it motivates you to move or motivates you to, you know, if you're having a property built, just be like, you know what, we're putting all this money into this place and I'm not even really connecting to it. I haven't seen it yet, but I really feel more connected to this house I saw that's for sale on the way over. So, I mean, with the Six of Swords, that also indicates the same thing as Cain has here in the reverse, moving out of testy, turbulent waters into something that is more peaceful or into a situation that is more conducive to, more in line with what you want, Virgo. So, yeah, any disappointments in August, if you can, just know that they're really positives. Particularly July into August. There's a big stress on that. And you'll see it, I feel, most of you by the end of August. But you're going to start by the end of August feeling more positive. And a lot of this has to do with, again, support from other people, good advice, for many of you, a new relationship. Now, for those of you who are single, Virgo, you may meet this person through a friend of a friend, through a family member. If somebody's trying to set you up in August, if you're single, Virgo, I would take them up on it. Even if maybe they haven't done so well with this before, because I feel like you will, you know, keep your hopes realistic. Don't get them, you know, way up here and then you meet this person and you're like, oh. Agree to go and meet the person and then see what you think, because I feel like somebody could get it right. And I would accept invitations in August, most definitely, for, you know, family events, family get-togethers, for sure, because it does seem through a family or a friend, a family member or a friend, you could meet someone significant, form a new partnership. Some of you, this may be talking about a family business because of these connections, a partnership between family members that has gone through some difficult times or has some news in August that's a bit, you know, shocking or surprising, but by the end, you're moving into a more positive phase. You're maybe changing location, home or business-wise. Could be job for some of you. I mean, so this could be, unfortunately, an unexpected loss of job, or maybe you kind of get an inkling that this is coming and it actually frees you up. It maybe gets you out of a situation that you would have stayed in, even though you should have left, you know, 5 years ago. So, I mean, if that happens, I feel like, again, it puts you on course to do what you're really here and meant to do, Virgo. Sometimes this happens if we wait too long. The universe steps in and says, no, you got to get out of there. You were supposed to get out of there ages ago. I got to put you back on the right path, because you're going to stay stuck here forever. And you're not going to, you know, be making the money you're supposed to make, and you're not going to be meeting the people that you're supposed to meet. So for those of you who this is a job loss, I always hate reporting that, but there's really no other way to interpret the tower and the rune of financial loss. This could be that it's either a large payment to fix something that has, that is terribly broken, or it could be, shocking news that shakes up your world, but again, turns out to be a positive. It puts you on the right course. So those of you who do perhaps lose work or lose a job in August, you're going to quickly find something else. Maybe you were already looking. I feel like maybe for some of you, you might have kind of gotten an inkling in July. And if you're watching this on July side, Virgo, and you've been a little concerned about the company you're working for, or a little bit unsure about what's going on at the top, it's definitely a good time to check out and see what's out there, because even if this doesn't work out for you as a job loss, if it's more the family situation or stuff going on with your home, I do feel like you are gonna find something. So you may still go ahead and get out of a negative work situation of your own volition, instead of the universe having to step in and kind of push you out, push you onto the right path. It's all positive in August. However this plays out, Virgo, the end game or the end result, the end of August is a lot more positive. You're going to be moving into September, and your birthday month for a lot of you, those of you September-born Virgos, you're going to be moving to a much better place, I think financially and emotionally, because there are blessings in August. And some of you may have just come out of a very difficult divorce as well. The Tower can talk about breakups. It can talk about the end of a relationship. So you may have recently gone through that, and now you've got this new relationship that's moving forward very quickly and you're excited about. So however August starts out, Virgo, I think it's going to end up in a much better place. You're going to feel at peace and a lot better about your direction. You're going to feel, maybe for the first time in a while, that you're finally gaining some momentum and heading in the right direction. Whereas before, I think it was clouded. You didn't have any clarity on that. So August is a month about finding clarity, seeing through, again, illusions to what the real deal is. So good luck getting to the truth in August, Virgo, and I'll see you back here in September.